So hello guys, this is Jrc Ecdis 9201, and here I will show you which all permits or which all ENCs are required for my watch. Presently we are doing Japan to Balboa, so we'll go to menu, then click on chart, then click on ENC update report. Then this window will open, and in this window you can see voyage 7 Nagashi to Balboa, and in summary you can see that there are 56 charts. So 56 charts are updated, so you can see every chart is updated. Then you go to status report. There you can see all these charts are required for this particular voyage. But as I told earlier that in Jrc Ecdis there are few extra charts which are required, which are actually not required for the voyage, but still my Jrc Ecdis shows it, and this applies to for all types of Jrc 901, 701, 901B, 9201 for all Ecdis. So as you can see this chart, I'm just showing you the charts. Later on I'll tell how these charts are not required for the voyage. FR277510. Then there is one chart GB1820M2. This chart is also required by these all charts which I'm showing here are required by my Jrc Ecdis, and I've just highlighted which charts are actually not required. So these are the extra charts. Third chart is JP14CC M8. Then next chart is one US chart, USP1P002M. Now next I will show you on chart browser that how these charts are actually not required. Remember, these charts which I am telling you now, I have already noted down in my book, and then I've compared with my chart browser, and then I've come here and then I made the video. So that's how I know that these charts are actually not required for the voyage. I did the comparison and then I came back and I'm making this video. So as you can see, I've loaded the same route from my Ecdis. I've actually exported that route from my Ecdis, and then I've transferred it into this chart browser software. So for example, whichever software you have, it does not depend on this ship. Now I'm having chart browser. You can try this out in your eNavigator, Chartco, and other Chart Track and Navtor and any other such software. So now I've exported the route into my chart browser. This is my route, and this is a button for route to basket. Means all the ENCs which are required for this route will be transported into the basket automatically. I'll just double click, it will show me which all ENCs are required. For now I will not check. These are the ENCs, and I'll just click add all to basket, and you can see on behind that they have turned into red. All those ENC which I have selected have turned into red. It's just this, as per this software there is a color coding, so they have turned into red. I can close this. Now what I do is I check one by one which all ENCs are there as per my Ecdis, and which all ENCs are there as per my chart browser. I'll just cross check that I'm not missing any ENCs for my voyage. This which I'm showing over here is from my Ecdis. I've noted down which all ENCs which my Ecdis is saying that I should have. I've noted it down, and I've come here and I'll compare. While comparing, I found that these 4 cells which are required by Jrc, but as per my chart browser they are not required. Means my chart browser software was not selecting them. So now let's see why this chart browser was not selecting those ENC. So I'll go to find, write down the name of the chart, FR277510. Let's see why my chart browser is not selecting this particular ENC. So I'll click on it, double click, it is highlighted, close. I'll just find out where it is, and as per this software, whatever we click on highlight, that will turn into white. So as you can see, this actual ENC is here, FR277510, but my Jrc Ecdis still says that I need this chart. So later on I'll tell why this problem is there with this Jrc Ecdis. Now go to search and we'll search the second chart which is required by my as per my Jrc Ecdis, but it is not required as per my chart browser. JB1A20M2. Search, click on highlight, and as you can see behind this one, this is turned into white. It just whenever click highlight it turns white so that it is easy to find. So close, and I'll go zoom in, and you can see that this cell is also not required as per my chart browser. And this is, of course, it is very easy to find that this is not anywhere coming near to my root. This is full land area, so it is not anywhere required for my. Now we'll search the third ENC. Remember, this which I'm telling is not for this chart browser software. It is for this Jrc Ecdis. You can compare it with your any other software, Navtor, as I've told earlier, Navtor, eNavigator, or ADC, or Chartco, anything. So now JP14CCM8. Let's see this chart is required or not. Search, I've clicked highlight and it will turn into white. I'll just zoom out. And you can see this is my chart, JP14CCM8. This is my root and this is not near my root. And you can see which all, like for example, this ENC was not taken by Jrc. Only this particular ENC was taken by Jrc. You might wonder why only this particular ENC. We'll tell later on. So you have seen now that ENCs which I've marked, and there is one more ENC. I don't want to waste my time and show that ENC. So you have seen that these 4 ENC which I have marked are actually not required by my chart browser. So I wondered why we actually required as per Jrc, why my Jrc Ecdis is showing that I required. So I got a mail from the Jrc. You can see this PDF. Here it says that according to the regulation, Ecdis judges whether a selected route intersect chart limits. So basically what it says is you have chart limit and you have actual chart boundary. This chart limit we cannot see. It is not visible to our naked eye. It is just a formula so it is not visible to us. We only see the chart boundary actually, which is green. So what it says is that Ecdis as per regulation judges whether a selected route intersect the chart limits defined in product.txt file for data service. So what it says is if your route is passing through this line and this is your cell and it is passing through this cell limit, it will be selected by the Jrc Ecdis, by this Ecdis. It will think that you are passing through this cell and it will automatically select this cell. But what happens with this chart browser and any other software, any other chart handling tool software, what it says is you can here one second, here it says is the chart catalog means any software, chart browser or ADC or Chartco. The chart catalog provided by your chart provider judges whether a selected route intersect the boundaries where chart data actually exists. Therefore, a result differs from the Ecdis judged within the cell limits. Basically, what it says is that your chart browser software, means your chart browser, eNavigator, or any other such software, Voyager, Chartco, will only judges a ENC depending on this, that if your route is passing through this actual chart boundary, then it will think that this ENC is required. But Jrc, even if you are passing through here, Jrc Ecdis thinks that it is there in your route and it will select this cell. So this is the difference because of this chart boundary and chart cell limit. This cell limit is not visible to us. We only see actual chart boundaries. So Jrc Ecdis, normally if your route passes within the chart cell limit, it will select the ENC. But your chart catalog, the service whichever you provided, for example Chartco, chart browser, it only select your ENC if it is actually passing through your chart boundaries. That is why we have difference in the actual number of cell as per JRC and as per my chart browser software. That is why we have. So if your surveyor asks sometime, you can show this and you can tell him that this is the difference. This is why we are not actually having some cells as per JRC and some cell as per chart browser.